On this Holy Thursday, we're joined by a man who has brought together two very different worlds. Stephen Auth is a chief investment officer at one of the country's largest investment firms, but he is also a Catholic missionary who's out on the streets of New York trying to entice fallen away Catholics to rediscover their faith. He is the author of The Missionary of Wall Street, From Managing Money to Saving Souls on the Streets of New York. Stephen, thank you so much. Welcome. What an endeavor you've taken up. This is not easy. And not many people actually would even think that the intersection of Wall Street and faith is a likely combination. So what inspired you?
Well, I don't know that I was inspired, Liz. I was called to it. I got a call about 10 years ago from my wife, who had gotten a call from the pastor down at Old St. Pat's that he was looking for someone to lead this mission out into the streets of New York, you know, his parish, very secular neighborhood down there in Soho. And of course, my natural response was, no way, no how, this will never work. And
here we are.
A few months later, there I was.
The rest, as they say, is history for now, right? Because I want to know, are people even responsive to your efforts at saving souls? Are they willing to even listen as they're rushing past you on the streets of New York?
Some are. You know, the thing is, that's where they are, the fallen away Catholics.
Right.
And like I like to say to the missionaries, we make it up on volume. We've talked to 3 million people now on the streets.
Wow.
And we run 40 to 1 of someone who'll actually stop and talk with us. But that's all you need. You got large volumes. We've brought, we think, 15,000 people back to the sacrament of confession.
Why is this so important? Why is it so important for Catholics in any secular metropolitan city to rediscover their faith?
This is what makes people joyful in the end, right? When we're falling away from the church, we actually start to develop our own rules, and we develop walls between ourselves and God. And what we're trying to do is help people find their way back over the wall.
Since we're talking about redefining our faith and hope, what was your reaction to this week's tragic fire at Notre Dame in Paris?
I was in tears. You know,
Like
whenever I go to Paris, the cathedral is one of the first places I go. It's such a special place. And I think people not of faith maybe don't fully understand why the people from the Middle Ages built those cathedrals. They have these beautiful walls of stained glass that create a sense of heaven on earth, which is what the Mass is. And it was a way of communicating that. So to watch it go up in flames, we were out on Monday night on the streets, and we had a French family come by, and we were all crying and praying together.
It was absolutely devastating
for the cathedral.
Yeah, but hope lives. They're doing their best to make sure that it's rebuilt.
Right, they'll rebuild.
And I'm sure they will.
I
thank you so much. It was
you,
great
Liz.
to get your perspective on all things Catholic this week. Thank you so much for joining us, Stephen Auth. And the book, once again, is The Missionary of Wall Street, From Managing Money to Saving Souls on the Streets of New York. What a great idea. I will be sure to read this. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.